Okay, I've got your HyperSports board on the bench here. HyperSports up and running. So I did figure out what's wrong. The sockets that this daughter board plugs into, those sockets were bad. Well, one of them was, but I replaced both of them anyway because the ones I have are different profile. So if I were to replace the one that was actually bad, it wouldn't make proper contact because the board wouldn't be in right, so I had to replace both of them. And those two ROMs are in the board. Those two ROMs have to come out. And I'll show you why in just a second here. Let's see if I can do this right. Okay, with those ROMs in, we have the graphics glitch that you were talking about. And watch as I take them out. All cleaned up. So the reason those ROMs had to come out is because they had HyperSports information in them, and even though the kit is utilizing these two sockets, those two sockets are still being communicated with through the data and address bus. So with that information there, track and field was messed up. HyperSports was okay because it was redundant information. The information that was on these two ROMs is also on these two ROMs, so it's kind of a backup copy, if you will, and that's why you weren't seeing any problems with HyperSports. Now let's just give it a couple of seconds here. I'm going to change to another page. So yeah, there you go. I might end up removing these daughter boards when I ship this back to you, especially these smaller ones, because this thing just pops right out. And one of the daughter boards on the top board, on the CPU board, actually had a broken pin. It had snapped out, right, popped out of the socket rather, and bounced around in shipping, and one of the pins broke, so I had to replace a pin on that as well. So I'm probably going to pull these out. These two seem to be pretty good. That's pretty solid there. That one's pretty solid there, so I'll probably leave those two in place. But I think I'm going to take the other ones out. And we'll wrap those up separately and make sure they don't get damaged on the way back to you. So, yeah, I'm going to let this run for a little while. I'll send you this video shortly. And I'll be in touch when I get this thing wrapped back up with repair and shipping.